I dreamed up the brew farm concept back in 1995. I started homebrewing in 1992. People said that they liked my beers and I should open a brewery. So I've been chasing the brew farm as a concept for quite a few years. Farmhouse, the classic farmhouse brewery of Belgium and northern France definitely spoke to me. Always growing up as a kid, I had cousins who were farmers and loved being out in the country. So that concept of being out in the country and brewing beer was something that, plus being able to use ingredients that are grown here on the farm. I've been judging, homebrews for 18 years. I've been judging at the Great American Beer Festival since 2005. World Beer Cup judge. I've judged internationally. The typical 4 ingredients of water, malt, hops, and yeast is classic, but way before hops were the primary spice of brewing. People used whatever they had and what was growing to make what they're brewing taste good. So there's a long history of using fruits and vegetables to make beer taste good. I grow a number of things like basil. I do a lot of botanical type beers with dandelions, bee balm, milk thistle, red clover. So I do a saison with sugar snap peas. So it's being able to experiment with fresh grown ingredients. I've got 8 beers on draft that are constantly rotating. We do a tasting flight of all 8 for $10 and a by the glass for $5. There's plenty of other people brewing, everyone does a pale ale, everyone's doing an India pale ale, everyone's doing a stout, but so why brew what everybody else is brewing? Beer's not this little box where, these little beers fit in. It's this wide open spectrum of possibility. When I first got out of the car, looking at this property, I was just taken aback by the incessant winds blowing out of the southeast, and it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. And upon returning many times, that wind is still there, and it's still there. It's like, this could be really cool. When you start with a blank piece of paper, you can build things smartly, I guess. We got a lot of energy efficiencies built in, like we're earth bermed here. The walls are a foot thick using what's called a thermal mass system. So it's very thermally efficient, so if you don't have that big demand, you don't use that much power. It's just my wife and myself, and it was never intended to grow big. It's always meant to create a real sustainable lifestyle for both of us, and to be able to live well and be able to share the beer community with all the people that come out. How's that working? Nice.